Hello everyone, welcome to the explanation part of this video. Alright, so you may recognize this farm if you have built this in survival, which a lot of people have, believe it or not. This farm has a lot of issues. So, yeah. This is my old 2x2 Spruce tree farm. This is my old one, not my newer one that I just showcased. So as you can see, it's a much larger, much bigger. It's slower, it's pretty much all the above, it's just worse overall. So, yeah. As you can see, it's a lot larger, it's bad, and here's the newer one. Here's the newer one, smaller, cleaner, better, smoother, whatever. So, let's get into the farm. This is the dispenser version module. I'm going to be showing off this one since it... Yeah, actually, no, I'm going to be showing off this one, which is the generator model TNT generator. Alright, so this one is using TNT dupers. This one uses dispensers over there. You can go ahead and use it, whatever, right, choose which one. And you can easily modify these things for wither cages. It's 22 game tick reset time. You just need to make sure that it's clocked correctly. Alright, so yeah. Let's get into the actual farm. So down here is where the player can AFK, so you can just go right here, then just start holding down. Right click for your saplings, as you can see. So yeah, as you can see, TNT is starting to go down pretty well. You can see, TNT is going burr. So as you can see, it works just fine. Everything's working fine. The TNT modules are a little bit suspicious sometimes. I mean, they're a little bit buggy because TNT is just super weird. It falls down super far down sometimes. I don't know. But as you can see, it works fine. And yeah, this blast chamber is a lot more consistent than our older one. And you can see the now new improved kind of layout right here. It's a little bit slower, but you can kind of see it better in the cinematic. Basically, this entire slime wall goes forward and powers these pistons, and then this side also goes forward and activates this piston for crushing leaves. And yeah, the log transport, which is a 24 tall tree, goes inside these log converter systems. We have the same kind of upwards facing thing right here as our older farm, but this time is actually better and more consistent. Yeah, we have delay in better places, and so on. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, the TNT generators are just moving back and forth, and as you can see, TNT is coming down pretty fast. And yeah, for about every single spruce tree grown, one TNT is shot out, and this can easily sustain, as you can see here. Which basically shows that per entire spruce tree, one TNT blows up the entire thing, which is pretty impressive. It's not as impressive as, let's say, cubic meters stuff and smokies, but either way, it's still pretty nice. Alright, I'm gonna start AFKing the farm so my frames come back to me. Alright, cool. So I already showed you how the layout kind of moves. So it's basically this entire slime wall comes forward, powers the pistons when it's right here, for example. Then these logs get retracted when this slime wall retracts. And yeah, that's pretty easy and self-explanatory. And right here we have pistons that are shot out via this redstone line right here. Now, the redstone right here can easily be replaced with stuff like this, with all the redstone blocks. This is possible, except for the ones that redirect dust. But, yeah. Either way, this is still something that you can do if you really need to. So, I do recommend actually doing that, if you can. Alright. So, yeah. If you don't like having all these redstone blocks do something like this, if you don't really care, then you can use redstone blocks. Redstone blocks just look cleaner. That's why I used them. I might, if people ask enough, I will probably include a world download for a cheaper version. So please put in the comment section, hey, I want a cheaper version, and I'll make a cheaper version. Which, it'll just be an updated in the world download. Basically, blocks like this redstone block right here will be replaced with something like this, right? And that's about it. And it'll still run the same, exactly the same, probably the same lag as well. It's just gonna be, you know, less annoying. Overall, this probably uses a little bit more slime than my older spruce farm, but it's just better. It's still less laggy, and so on. And we use a nice little comparator trick. So I was using this comparator trick. Actually, I just used it on my last farm that I was working on, but that farm didn't work out. Basically, when you remove this redstone block, this comparator will unlock saying, hey, I'm no longer powered, or I'm still powered, but I'm now unlocked and I can power again. Because this is a power level 15 redstone dust right here, and it is in subtract mode. So 15 minus 15 from the redstone block is going down to be 0. If I remove this, it powers. So, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you didn't know how comparators on subtract mode work, that's how they work. It's pretty nice. Yeah. So basically, just have that all the way down, and then obviously, 15 minus 14 is 1, or 14 minus 15 is -1, so it doesn't give off a pulse. So, exactly. And when these redstone blocks are tracked right here, it'll basically just retract this piston right here, which basically just push up the piston column, or the piston column. So these bud lines, these bud lines right here are a little bit different from the bud lines I used in my last tree farm. So if you look over there, at least over here, as you see, I used these bud lines, which I use one of in this farm. But yeah, as you can see, we don't need these downwards facing observers. In my newer farm, I tried to limit as many downwards facing observers as possible, since downwards facing observers are quite annoying to use. Alright. Are quite annoying to place. Alright, so I try to limit them as much as possible in this UTF, or why did I say UTF? In this farm. So yeah. Alright, so let me show you some stuff. Okay, let me show you why I use these bud lines. And this is something that Kazammer showed me. I don't think it came from him, because I think this has been done for a while. But basically, you just build this thing up extended like this. Just build something up like this. Okay. Slime redstone block right here. Like, let's just do something else like this, right? And when you update this, it all powers at the same time. Look at this. So all powers even when you update the bottom one. And this is because when this redstone block moves up, the piston's like, hey, I'm powered from this redstone block. Oh, hey, I'm powered. Okay, and then it powers itself, right? So that's basically what happens here. It's very easy to break this specific one, but I mean, I have better ones in this farm, so don't worry about it. Alright, let me fix this now. Alright, these ones aren't as easily breakable. But basically, when you retract this, it should work, as you can see here. Works fine. Alright, and then you can even do this. So, yeah, basically what happens is this redstone block is butting this piston. When I push it up, it's realizing, hey, I'm powered, and it pushes up. But then it's getting QC powered via this redstone block. And when we retract again, it repeats. I don't know why, but when this piston is retracted, this piston already needs to update next, so it has one block event. So when we retract it down, it doesn't update again. Something like that. And as you can see, it works fine. Yeah, cool. So these are basically just an extended version of them, but improved a little bit. There are other ways of doing this. So this is the way I did it. I just did something like this, and then kind of like an L right here. And this allowed me to do something like this. It's quite cool. And then you can place a redstone block. Or if you want to do a lever version for this, just letting you know, you can do glass right here, terracotta right here, block and redstone dust with a lever right here, and then you can, you know, continue on the bud line. So as you can see, if I retract this really quickly, I need to make sure that this piston is butted when it goes down, though. It's also pretty important. Retract and make sure this is butted. Okay, so let me make sure this. Yeah, this is at 12. Let me just move this up one really quickly. That's easier to demonstrate. Alright, push this up, and as you can see, this is doing the same exact thing. Alright, and that's basically the bud lines we use here. There's also another version that's in this farm that isn't used for this similar reason, but it can be used in this way. You can do something like this, which is just 6 redstone blocks and then a block up. Then you can use some glass right here. Let's see, glass right here. I said glass. It needs to be. It doesn't need to be glass, but glass is limits block updates. And then you can do something similar like this. And it's pretty neat. I think this has been used before. But you get the idea. And this is pretty easily expandable, as you can see here. It's not as complex as this one, but it's just a little bit larger. That's why I didn't end up using it. But as you can see, pulse it once, and it activates. It's actually a little bit cheaper, but it's, you know. And if you guys really want me to, I can switch it out. But, yeah. You can see it's just pretty nice. Yeah. And it uses pretty much the same exact concept. Okay. So, we're done with the bud lines now. We're done. Yeah, we're done with bud lines. Alright. Let's get over to the blast chamber. So, how do spruce tree farm blast chambers work? So, when I was first getting into tree farming, I was always wondering how in the world do 2x2 Spruce tree farm blast chambers work? And it's pretty simple. Basically, from the time you activate the TNT right here, you need to create 80 game ticks of delay with these piston chains right here. And with these piston chains, I mean, it's possible to do it. Yeah. Basically, once you activate this, I have the bud line right here. This bud line is responsible for activating these double piston extenders right here. And this basically goes down, activates the TNT on both the modules, both dispenser and duper. On duper, it looks a little bit more complex because I don't know why, but I needed to add 2 ticks of delay, 2 extra ticks of delay to the TNT Beeper version for whatever reason. But yeah, it works still. Alright, so yeah, basically when we retract this, it moves across this observer line, powers these pistons, or just pistons or dispensers, and it, makes it go burr. In the 1.16 version, this will look different because TNT generators in that version are very weird. And I don't know why, but this exact version is inconsistent. In the 1.16 version, it will have a little bit different. I already learned my lesson from the old Spruce farm. The old Spruce farm had a lot of bugs in its 16 version due to this TNT chamber, which was very frustrating. Alright, so yeah, basically after all this, we have to create 80 game ticks of delay, so this is done by still pist extender into this being pushed with pretty much maximum delay needed, possible on each of them, and then moving across. So it's very exact timings. I have yet to test this in 16, but guarantee the 16 version will work. I'll test it for around 50 hours or so just guarantee that. Alright, but the basic concept of this farm should work. Alright, so anyways, if you guys do want to build this, please go do. It's a very nice farm. I think you guys will enjoy it. And there's not really much more to go over. Other than using the farm, which is pretty simple as well. To go over the farm, you just, flick this lever. So this lever right here is important. Basically, just go over here, right-click this, grab your saplings. Has to be Spruce saplings, cannot be 2x2 jungle. It has to be okay, it can't be 2x2 jungle. Or, yeah, you get the idea. Oh, by the way, on this version right here, I need to make sure that this is, this won't be, this needs to be that. This schematic that I pasted had a bad thing right here. Don't worry about it. So right over here, you just head over here, and then this is where you can AFK. I think this is the TNT generator. Yeah, this. Okay. So yeah, this is where you can AFK. You can just go right here, hop in the minecart, grab yourself saplings, and then you can start AFK. As you can see, it starts going. TNT starts falling down. And then there's the blast chamber. As you can see, pretty much maximum delay. I didn't really show off much of the blast chamber, but as you can see, it's kind of going off. I guess this version right here is better to show. Yeah. You can see, pretty nice. I also do need to give a little bit of credit to Floppy Donkey. He did a little bit of some stuff on my 16 game tick Spruce tree farm right here. So right here basically is the same bud line I kind of showed, I think, on the dispenser version right there. Same bud line, but it's glass, and actually right here it's redstone blocks. But this one's glass, which basically just double pulses the pistons in a completely better way than what I was doing. So credit to Floppy for that, because I apparently was too brilliant to see that. Also, the log converters are just better in this version. You just update this, and it's just so much better and cleaner. You get the idea. Just better. Yeah. Alright, here is the layout. I mean, I will probably give a more detailed one in the world download, but you get the idea. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I also, if you guys want to check me out live, and you want to see more of my content, you can check out my Twitch channel. I stream there pretty much every week. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.